Hey guys, welcome back. It is Vortie here. It's literally my second video making it here. I just got back home. I just making a quick video here to kind of cover some of the things I've been doing. More so what I'm going to be covering in this video is going to be the new event, the Final Fantasy 12 event. I didn't make anything talking about this event at all, so I want to make sure I do something regarding this. I literally made something kind of talking about these units originally, and that was it. So with that being said, what I want you guys to understand is this banner is actually pretty good, in my opinion. Some people are going to argue it, and that's fine, but I'm going to let you know my personal opinion about these characters. I'll go over them really quickly. We'll look at the King Mog buy list, shopping list, and if I do have some more time, I will do one or two more runs of how I'm farming the elite version so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll call it a video. So let's start with Van. So Van got a 6-star. He is an okay unit. He's used as a full break unit. He's got capabilities of starting chains. I've been playing with him because I do have him at 6-star, and you'll see he kind of hits like a big baby. Like, he's not really the strongest unit out there. I put dual wield on him. I give him the best possible I can. It's just his modifier is not very strong, but he could initiate some chains. Obviously chaining with himself is pretty, it's close. He kind of chains similar to how Titus would chain. It's a little bit difficult, but with a little bit of practice you can definitely get him started. He can wear a variety of weapons, which makes it a lot easier for him to be geared, which gives you access to elemental weapons. That is going to make it easier for you to do chains and elemental chains. So overall, he's a pretty decent unit. If you don't have a full break unit, he'll cover you on that. And some of the other abilities he's got are definitely useful. Then we're going to be looking at, we're going to look at Zargabaath last. Wrestler, I do have Wrestler fully awakened. He's a decent tank. He's got some abilities for healing and stuff like that. With and more importantly, what I really do like about him is the fact that he's got Provoke naturally in his kit. Very nice. His TM is well worth it. I wouldn't farm it right away if you have other things that are a little bit more priority. You know, some other 5-star base ones, but this is a really nice TM for any tank or any unit that you're trying to kind of keep alive and not have them die right away, because 30% hit points, 20% defense is just solid, and having light resistance is always a bonus, especially if you're fighting light based monsters. Really nice. Overall, he's a decent tank. Is he going to knock out Cecil or Warrior of Light right now? Probably not, but for those of you who don't have either of the two, he is a solid tank. He's definitely got some functionality there for you, and if you're brand new, this guy kind of stands out a little bit more because he does have that natural provoke in his kit that can help you. Unless you do 6-star Warrior of Light, then you're in the same boat, right? But either way, if you do get him as a new player, fantastic. As an old player, it's up to you. I got him to 6-star because you never know when you're gonna need another light based tank that can heal and do all this crazy stuff. He's definitely worth it if you have him. Okay, Ashe here, I don't have her. I have used her a few times with some other friends. She's a monster. Her abilities like Heaven's Fury or whatever is a very solid move. It does damage. It's easy to chain with, at least from my perspective. I was able to chain my Orlando's with her Heaven's Fury. The chain breaks a little bit, but again, with tuning and frame counting and stuff like that, you can get it to kind of fit in. But if you have more than one of her, you can do some pretty solid things with it. It's actually really nice. Her capabilities of dealing magic damage is really strong. Her limit burst is devastating, especially against the last boss in this event. She can just, I've had her one-shot him with like 700 magic. She can one-shot him. Does like 600 or 700,000 damage, which is really crazy. Her TM is, again, one of the better TMs that you can get for a caster. Defense, fantastic, but magic 30% and MP 30% is just incredible to have on any type of caster, not just a magic caster. You can put this on a healer if you needed the MP boost, right? Depending on what you're trying to get out of it, but obviously having it on a unit that's casting magic, this is just out of the world, right? This is fantastic. Again, light resistance 50% for that bonus. A very solid caster. If you do get her, you should be very happy. Her Heaven's Fury is just one of my favorite moves I've seen in a long time. It's very cool. She goes to 6-star. Again, if you do get her, you should be very happy, especially if you're a new player. This is a very solid caster. And then to finish off here is going to be Zargabaath. I've had a few people kind of comment about him, saying that he's, lackluster, there's other better units than him and stuff like that, but most people are comparing him with Japanese units. I try not to compare global with Japanese version just because they're two different, not games. They're the same game, but they're run by two different teams who have two different visions. So, and on top of that, when we get certain characters, they get them at a different time. So it's not like the characters are kind of directly comparable. Zargabaath, in my personal opinion, currently is one of the best support units. He's not a damage dealer. He can be. You could give him a ton of attack, but the problem is his modifiers are not the same. His modifiers are mostly magic, and he's got very little access to magic weapons, right? I mean, you could give him a sword, you get him a letter of arms materia, you can get his magic up there, and you can see some decent damage, but he's by no means a damage dealer. He's more so of a very, in my opinion, like a beefier, tanky support unit. If you don't have Marie or Cloud or Minfilia, and you do get this guy, he kind of covers all of those roles. On top of that, he gets an ability where he can reduce your damage, like Sakura's defense barrier. But he does it, he buffs you, plus he does that. He does like everything in one move. I know that some of them offer better percentages, but what you get in one move is really much the cover for it. Like you can get, you know, attack, defense, strength, hit points, MP, whatever, all those buffs, plus a damage reduction buff. Are you serious? You can't compete with him right now. So I'm gonna rank him personally up in the top tier for support unit. He can buff units by 100% single target. He can buff the whole party AOE plus the what do you call it, defense reduction or damage reduction, and really, if you do get him, you're set. He can also give you AoE elemental resistances to everything. It's just freaking crazy. He's a really, 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 really good unit. And if you wanted to, you can gear him a little bit funky, and he can do a little bit of damage to you, for you. Like I've picked up a few friends where he's like got 900 damage already. That's freaking solid. You can't get most units to 900, so he's really good. As you can see here, his stats mostly based on MP, but his abilities cost a lot of MP as well. So that's actually a really good thing for him. As you can see, defense is pretty high too, attack is a little bit lower, and hit points is good. His trust mastery is Judge Helm. It's actually a really nice one. It's not the best, but it's really good for a tank. Defense 35, spirit 20, all resistance except darkness, he gets 15%. So it's pretty good to put on a unit that you were trying to, you know, absorb some element. It's not, I don't know, it's arguable to say that it is the best. Currently, yes. In the future, who knows, right? Just like how he's gonna fall off the board. So, with that being said, I will do one summon here for you guys to kind of where you can see what's going on. We get a blue crystal, which is kind of normal here, so it's no biggie. I'm not sour anymore because I got literally 2 rainbow crystals within like maybe 20 pulls, which is really rare for me. Alright, so there you go. So we got that. I talked about the units here, so we're gonna jump in and do a few minutes here about what to purchase from this event, and then we're gonna call it at that. You can see here I'm gonna go into the exchange and I'll show you what I've bought so far. Alright, so here we go. So Zodiac Spear is the 12,000. It's the big item that we can purchase here. It does 130 attack. It is only dual wieldable, which is really, really interesting. It uses up both hands, so this is a little bit interesting. Right now, not a lot of units can take advantage of this, in my opinion. But if we do get Cloud, and Cloud can wear spears, which I think he can, if I remember correctly, this could be pretty useful for him. But then the question is double hand technically isn't working on this, because double hand means that the second hand has nothing in it, and then it utilizes it, right? So it's a little bit tricky. So I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, and I haven't tested it yet, but I did pick it up, so I could test it a little bit later. Next thing here is going to be the Crossblade, as well. Crossblade, it gives you speed plus. Can't really remember what it does again, but anyways, it's a wind element damage, 73 attack for a dagger. It's not bad. I would pick this up for sure because it is an elemental attack, so just stick around for that and we'll see how that goes. Now the big item here, and this is one of the reasons I'm not really sad about getting Ace. Here is a rod that he can wear that is a light based attack. You can use this now on a lot of the characters who have high chaining capabilities that hit a lot, that can use rods that can be now chained with Orlandu. This is a really solid item. Pick this up. Even if you don't have a unit that can use it now, you should definitely take advantage of this right away because it's a very cheap item. Then you got Adamant Vest. Adamant Vest is a nice item again. 10% hit points, solid defense, and it's used for fire resistance. That's it, right? Eventually we'll be fighting more fire monsters, so pick it up. You'll never know when you'll miss out on that. Alright, so we'll take a look at the rest of these. Alright, so I always kind of sit here and I debate a little bit whether these materials are really worth it. But this one here, it's kind of similar to the ones we've seen before. Hit points boost by 10%, attack and defense by 5. These are going to be based on your personal requirement. I would say preference, I would say requirement. So boost MP by 10%, magic experience by 5%. Depending which of these two you require, go for it. Remember, these are going to waste a slot, one slot. So you can pick up 4, it's only going to waste one slot because they stack. So it's up to you which of the two you need. I already have similar things like this, and then some other ones that I'm going to be using. I really don't need this. It's just going to be a waste of 2 slots if I pick it up. So I'm not even going to bother. As far as these other things here, Mega Ethers are good, Phoenix Downs are good, Elixir is always going to be good to pick up. Additionally, if you haven't gotten all your silver chests or silver keys for your chests, you can pick up the Scream Root and the Fine Alchrist. Now that crafting is instant, this is a really good thing to pick up. Make all your keys right away and just have them sit around. Even though these things were pretty much instant before, you can make those and hold on to them. Star Quartz are a must. I'm going to pick those up right now. The reason Star Quartz are a must, as we progress through the story and we have more of the Fat Chocobo unlocked, we're going to get even more interesting weapons and items and things that you can pick up. In the most recent thing, you're able to pick up stuff like Safety Bit, which prevents your unit from being casted death on them. So it's really nice having on a evasion unit where now the monster can't hit you and they also can't cast death on you, which means technically as of right now Gilgamesh can be soloed by a evasion unit. It's going to take a while, but it can be done. Alright, level 5-star material, it's up to you if you need those, you can pick them up. Sacred crystals, it's a must-have. Keep stacking them up whether you need them or not, because they disappear really quickly. If there's a banner that has a bunch of units you want to push into 4-star, 5-star, you're gonna run out of them very quickly because they eat up like 10, 15, 20 of them very quickly. So I used to have a few hundred, now I'm down to like 44, which is really crazy. Level 6-star material, obviously as you need it. My advice is to pick up all the 160 currency ones for sure. It's just what I've been doing all the time. I'm gonna pick all of those up, and then if I have abundance of resources, I will go for the other ones, but I probably won't have it that much this time. The mini burst pots, it's up to you. You can get 30 of them, which is literally, if your character is like 6-star, you might get 2 levels or so. I think we're like 3 to 4 levels you might be able to get if you're 6-star. If your unit's a little bit weaker, you'll get more, which is pretty good. The 10% trust Moogle, the 5 for 10,000. I don't think it's worth it. I don't pick it up unless I have a lot of points. I'd rather waste it and then pick up, like some sort of Christ instead. Trust Moogle for 30,000 for the 10%. It's one time buy it. It's good, and you store it away. That's the reason I pick them up. I just store them away. Otherwise, these ones will waste 5 slots. It's a little bit redundant for me. Then, depending on what you're going to be using now or using in the future, you should definitely pick up the Pure Crys and the Jaya Crys, depending on what you're going to be awakening now or in the future. Okay, I kind of wanted to say that twice to make sure that you guys understand how to pre-plan. If there is a unit you have now and you're wondering if they have enhancements, if you look in the Japanese version and they have the enhancements, so far like 99% of the time it's been the same requirement. How much they needed is the same amount we have. So you can kind of pre-plan. Worst comes to worst, it's still the same color. You might need more or less, but it's still the same color for those abilities. So if you have an Orlando has his enhancements, you can take a look at Orlando. Orlando requires X Christ. You can start pre-planning those. So whenever we do get the enhancements for Orlando, you're ready, right? So that's kind of how that goes. So you can kind of look at those and pick those up. So that is my personal shopping list. That is what I picked up so far and the reason I picked it up. So it's up to you if you haven't made any decisions. But I think this King Mog event was really easy to kind of choose, and most people kind of, from what I'm reading, are doing the same thing. They're kind of picking up the same items. It's you don't have to think about it. It's just gonna pick it up, right? So let me see here. I haven't done this raid in a while now because it's the rewards. I finished the status here. Let's see. I'll show you guys. I got the last one for 3.7, and literally I think when I got it, come on. Yeah, I got it and I stopped. So I stopped doing them. I'm just dropping in ranking. I was like in the top 30. It's it's literally, I don't know, you don't get anything really from it. The Trust Moogle, like once you get the Moogle, you awaken him once or twice, it's enough. The rest of the rewards are really redundant. I personally don't need anything anymore, so using these orbs is not really my priority. I might just do it now and then for just for the rank experience, and that's it. If you've finished it, it's up to you as well. I don't know if there's really anything else. Those majority of the things I get in the crystals are level 1 or 2 star turtles or cactuars, which is really a waste. I don't want to sit there and level a unit for an hour just to kind of use those stones, so I don't bother. Alright, Hell Mines, let's take a look at here. I'm going to do one run here and then we're going to call it a video. I do see a few units here that are, look at that, oh, everybody's got them. It's so cray, which is good for me. We'll pick them up. So let's see, we got this guy 662, so we'll pick up this damage dealer and we'll kind of look at him a little bit. But he's the big kahuna for the Final Fantasy 12 banner. Really nice unit. Again, I really like him. If you look at here, like, look at this. All elements resistance, attack, defense, magic, spirit buff, and resistances to all status, well, not all status, but most status elements. Blind, paralysis, confusion, and disease for all allies. Like, are you kidding me? Word of Law, deal light damage and partially unaffected by spirit to all enemies, and reduce damage taken by all allies by 20% for 2 turns. That's crazy. Like, look at that. He just has these crazy abilities. Berserk Crest is really interesting too. He casts it on a unit and that unit automatically attacks, increasing its damage. So I'll show you that as well. He's also got Hero Crest, where it buffs attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 100% for 1 ally for 4 turns. What you could do is you can buff them by 100% and then use Berserk Crest, and then it pushes that unit into craziness. So I'll show you this right now. I'm gonna put Berserk on Orlando. He goes and he attacks right away. It's crazy. So for those turns that Berserk lasts, he will just attack without you needing to command him to attack. So if you buff him and then you make him attack, obviously he's going to do more damage. Alright, I think I'm going to catch this guy. I haven't caught this guy yet, so I'm going to catch him real quick. And for those of you who are new or wondering what I mean by catching, when you guys Libra, Analyze, or any of those things that are similar like this to a unit, it gets stored into your database in Final Fantasy Xphias's book, and you can review these units later on and have a little bit of a story about them. So it's like catching Pokemon passively, I guess. But in Final Fantasy, if that makes any sense. Sort of, maybe. But anyways, that's kind of going on. So here we go. I've already caught this guy, I think, but we'll take a look at him anyways. Make sure, it's been so long. It looks kind of cool. Tyrannus Rex. So currently most of these monsters are pretty squish. If you have some elemental weapons, you can kind of like just melee them. We'll catch this guy too. I think this guy is a demon. Is he a demon? Yeah, no, he's a dragon and a reaper. Yeah, so you can cast Raise on this guy and it'll kill him too. And the last guy is a dragon, which is really cool because if you've been playing for a while, you probably have Dragon Killer. If you're using Furion or any of those guys like Randy who have the thing, they destroy this guy. Furion was the guy I brought originally for this to kind of do it. But anyways, let me show you Assault Strike. So this is like the chaining ability for Van. So it kind of looks like Titus's attack, his first strike, whatever it's called, except his is green and hits a little bit weaker. Let's see his special here. Boom, looks really cool. This guy's special is just an AoE defense spirit buff. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna buff no, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna do the 100% buff on Orlando here, and then we're just gonna make him do Divine Ruination. You don't need to do this, he will do it anyways, but it's just for fun. With that last chain, he hit for 150,000 for the 3 orbs, which is nuts. But yeah, overall the unit is amazing. This event is pretty easy again. The bonus units do appear fairly often. You get the Bomb, or you get the Thunderbug. So far, I've only seen 1 Thunderbug, but in the description it says that you'll have more than 1 Thunderbug appear. Maybe I misunderstood. If you guys have had more than 1 Thunderbug, let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see how many Thunderbugs you guys have gotten. So far, I've only gotten 1. But yeah, So guys, again, I'm back in the scene here. I'm going to be making more videos. Like I said in my previous video, I do apologize for not being able to make anything new during the time that I was gone. I was trying my best to do as much as I can with the limited resources I had, but now I'm back at home, so expect to have more coverage. Make sure you come back and visit the channel more often now that the videos are going to be flowing. If you are new or old, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. In the description below, you will find Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you follow me on social media. I do post my daily polls that I get, whether it's good or bad, so you guys know what I got that day, as well as additional things that I find out as I'm traveling. I will be posting it on there. Now that I'm at home, I will be more active there, so make sure you subscribe there if you do have those platforms. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Vortie, and I'm out of here. Peace.